for City Council.
Hello, this is President Donald Trump. We are doing great things all across America and certainly in the great state of Kentucky. Our massive tax cuts were the largest in our nation's history and helped create more than 4 million new jobs. We have great new trade deals, a wall being built on the border, the strongest military we've ever had, and we're taking care of our vets. We're getting great things done. I need Kentucky's help on Election Day. Please vote for Robbie Mills for State Senate. This is really important. Your vote on November 6th will keep our Make America Great Again agenda moving forward. Our country and economy is doing better than it ever has before. Let's keep it that way.
Paid for by Kentucky Tomorrow and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. KYTomorrowInc.com. Kentucky Tomorrow is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Since 1978, Perry's Floors & More has been selling, installing, and servicing homeowners throughout Western Kentucky with quality flooring and workmanship. Perry's Floors & More carries luxury vinyl plank and luxury vinyl tile, carpet, window treatments, and more. Brands like Mannington, Shaw, Tarkett, Beaulieu, and Flexitech. Quality brands, excellent customer service, combined with 40 years experience is why they say you can walk on our reputation. See Bill and Lucy at Perry's Floors & More, 127 West Market Street, Princeton.
This is Mallory Hancock Lawrence, and we love our Caldwell and Lyon County friends. We invite you to come to Cadiz anytime you can to shop with us. And we're making it even easier for you. Whether you work in Cadiz or just come to town for a visit, stop in and shop with us. But if you're in a hurry, you can pre-order your groceries at Hancock'sNeighborhoodMarket.com. It's so easy and convenient. Of course, we want to see your smiling face anytime we can, but if you're in a hurry, Hancock'sNeighborhoodMarket.com is the way to go. Hancock's Neighborhood Market, Cadiz.
1580 103.3 WPKY. We are joined now by Bridgie Miller. He's got some stuff to talk to us about today. Good morning, Bridgie.
Good morning, Misty. And on behalf of Caldwell County, we're glad you're here with us and be able to be a part of the community. I've had the opportunity to tune in, listen to you, and doing an awesome job, and we appreciate you being a part of the WPKY family.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Election coverage, what I'd like to be talking with you about Caldwell County, 13 precincts, 7 locations that we'll be voting for today. I could say this, I don't really believe on it, Misty, that I've seen so many individuals vying for positions in our government on a local, county, state, federal position in a non-presidential year and in a general election. Now, of course, you usually see most of the people that come up in the primary election on it, but I mean, we've got several individuals that are on the ballot, including a constitutional amendment to be voted on as well. Getting right to it, matters that will have the opportunity to vote on for today on it. Of course, looking at the federal system, James Comer, the first-term representative, being challenged by Paul Walker. Also, we have in the state senatorial, this is in the Kentucky legislature, 4th senatorial district, a 14-year incumbent, Dorsey Ridley, seeking re-election in this position. He's being challenged by Robert M. Robbie Mills. He's currently a representative in the Kentucky House of Representatives. Also, in our 4th representative district, 4th state representative, multi-term incumbent Lynn Beckler is being challenged in this seat by Abigail Barnes, local attorney from the area. Also, we have some elections that are on the ballot this time on it, Misty, which are unopposed, but they're still on the ballot to be able to vote for them. Our Commonwealth's attorney, Carrie L. Ovie Wiggins, is up for re-election. She has just completed her first term. This is a 6-year term, and this encompasses Caldwell, Lyon, Livingston, and Trigg. Here locally in Caldwell County, Danny Hooks, our circuit clerk, just completed his second term, and this is a 6-year term as well, and he's unopposed for the circuit clerk position. Property Valuation Administrator, our PVA, Ronald Wood, is unopposed. He's just completed his 3rd term. And in the Caldwell Judge Executive race, we will have a new Caldwell Judge Executive as we begin 2019. Larry Curling is running for the position. He's in the magistrate currently, completing his 1st term in the 2nd magisterial district. And going up against him is Philip Sisk. He is the 2nd term magistrate from the 4th magisterial district. So you've got Sisk and Curlin vying for the position of Caldwell Judge Executive, and that is a 4-year term as well. Also running for election in this is the county attorney position. Matt Schalk is challenging Roy Massey IV. Massey is the incumbent. He's just completed 1 year in office as he took over upon the retirement of yours truly here. And so that's Schalk and Massey running for the county attorney position. Also unopposed, Tony Watson, our county clerk. She is just completed 6 terms, getting ready to start her 7th, as is our sheriff, Stan Hudson, unopposed, completing 5 terms. Our jailer, John Pettit, is completed 2 terms in office and is unopposed. Also, the coroner, Dwayne Trafford, and county surveyor, Ricky Tosh, are unopposed as well. Also looking at in the magisterial positions, these are the individuals that make up, Misty, our fiscal court, and there's 4 of them here in Caldwell County. The longest serving magistrate, unopposed, Elbert Bennett, just completed his 4th term. Also constable in the 1st Magisterial District, Dennis Hughes, is unopposed. In the 2nd Magisterial District, due to Larry Curlin running for judge in Judge Executive, this leaves an open seat. Shirley Boyd Gray, former magistrate, and Jeff Boone are challenging each other for that position. Also in the 2nd Magisterial District, Constable Brian Hicks is running there. Also unopposed in the 3rd Magisterial District, we're going to be having Brent Stallings and in that position. We're also going to be having a new magistrate in the 4th Magisterial District due to Philip Sisk, the current 2-term magistrate running for Judge Executive there. This leaves an open seat. Jeffrey Alex Sims is running against former magistrate George B. Kilgore. And also you're looking at in constable in that position, Stephen Tays is unopposed. Also, we have nonpartisan ballot as we continue as those judges' position are nonpartisan. Soil and Water Conservation District Supervisors, you vote for 3, and 2 individuals are on that ballot, Fred Hart and Trevor Glenn Gilkey. Also, you're going to be looking at our school board. We have races in those as well, school board positions that are available. Tim Kennedy's running the incumbent, and he is running unopposed. Also, you're looking in the 3rd Educational District. We're going to have a new individual in that one as well on it for school candidates is Kim Cook and Shane Fortner will be vying against each other in the 3rd Educational District to be a member of the school board. As is, you're going to be finding an unexpired term. You're going to be looking in the 4th Educational District. Stacy Brantley, Sean Mestrin, and Catherine Lewis. 3 individuals are vying for that position, Lewis, Meston, and Brantley. Also on the local levels in the City of Fredonia and also the City of Princeton, we have positions available for mayor and city council persons. Unopposed down in Fredonia on it, Jimmy Don Sybert's running for that position. He is the current incumbent. Also, there's 6 individuals that are available to serve on the city council, and there's 5 individuals on the ballot: Jonathan Dunbar, Karen Phelps, Molly Tabor, Presley Lamb, and Don Boone. So it's Boone, Lamb, Tabor, Phelps, Dunbar, 5 individuals on the ballot, and you can vote up to 6 for that. Also in the City of Princeton, we're going to be having an election for mayor on it. The incumbent mayor, Danny Beavers, is being challenged by Councilman Dakota Young. So it's going to be Young and Beavers squaring off in that one to decide who will be mayor for the next 4-year term here in Princeton. And also city council. Council individuals in the City of Princeton on it, Misty, are 6 individuals serving on it. We have 10 individuals running for that spot, so you can vote up to 6, and there's 10 running for that position. The incumbent, Sheila Gates, Jim Joyner, Pat George, and Brian Conger, are seeking to retain their seats. They'll be on the ballot, and also joining them on the ballot again, you will be voting up to 6 of them. 10 running will be Denny Sewell, Ed Smith, William Carrington, Stephanie Gilkey Hicks, Morgan Russo, and Carl Copeland. So the individuals running for City Council are Gates, Sewell, Joyner, George, Smith, Carrington, Hicks, Russo, Copeland, and Conger. We also have a constitutional amendment, which is on the ballot this time, Misty, and that constitutional amendment are you in favor of providing constitutional rights to victims in crime, including the right to be fairly with dignity and respect and the right to be informed and have a voice in the judicial process. That's on the ballot for us as well. By way of history on it, there's a legal action filed in Franklin Circuit Court, and Judge Thomas Wingate held that the votes for this amendment should not have legal effect or should not be certified at this point in time due to the ballot language proposed being too vague and not adequately explain the details of the amendment. This matter will be decided by the Kentucky Supreme Court upon the review of that decision and to determine if the votes, although counted, to whether or not they're going to be certified or not. So, you know, a lot going on here. Again, 13 precincts that we have in Caldwell County, 7 locations. I know that here at WPKY, we're going to be having all the election coverage starting right now with you and I discussing the matters and going all through the rest of the day and into the evening on it. So it's very imperative, as I know you probably already said on it, Misty, to get out and vote, to get out and exercise your constitutional right to be able to do that on it. And with that, you know, just exercise that right and then tune in to see every vote matters, every vote counts on it. But tune in tonight to be able to listen to it. We're going to be having a team at the courthouse and also a team here in the booth as well to be able to bring you all the election coverage.
Yeah, and we appreciate that, and it's definitely something that I think folks are interested in. They want to know as it's happening, you know, where they are and how their vote counted. I think it's very important. And you mentioned the constitutional law being voted on. That's Marcy's law. We've heard a lot about that. Seems like just recently it garnered some attention, more so in the last probably couple of weeks, I think. But yeah, there's definitely a lot going on this election, like you said.
Exactly.
This does seem like a really big one.
Exactly. And of course, each time that you do this, I heard something the other day that I thought was interesting on it. And of course, you hear about early voting. Each state has different things. I've already heard that 35 million individuals have cast votes for this election. This is the midterm, because the presidential election, from what I'm being told, starts tomorrow. So, and that's 2 years away. So, you know, it's, and that's good to see the energy, to see this. And for someone who's been on the ballot 6 times, I know, you know, what you look for. I know that the time spent on it. I also know the financial obligation that you spend on this as well. But I'm so pleased to be able to say that individuals are hyper about this. They're involved in it. They want to come out and serve and do the best that they can. The people I've talked with on it, Misty, I'm sure you have, that have had them in here too, are saying, we just want to serve. We just want to help. And there's a lot of issues facing our Commonwealth, facing our country, but we've got good people that can get in there and make a difference to you be able to take care of that. And I've always said the good Lord leading us and guiding and directing us, and we can accomplish great and mighty things with it. So, you know, get out and vote. That's what we need to have done.
That's right. The 35 million you spoke of, those are the absentee voting? What is
I think, yes, ma'am. I think the absentee, the early voting that you have, some states have what we call early voting. Excuse me. And that early voting is that polls are open at different times. What I know here in Kentucky, we have polls that are open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on it. Mm-hmm. But some states have things differently, so that's what I'm understanding. But yes, the absentee, the early voting that we have on it, and you know, we also have absentee voting here in Caldwell County as well, and that's for individuals that might not be here on election day, that would not be able to cast their vote, that might have health infirmities that could keep them from voting. Also, business that would take you out. So, you know, our laws are such that they try to make it as easy as we can to vote on it, be able to keep and to ensure that the system has the appropriate safeguards to it. So, you know, and again, I do encourage everyone, and Misty, well, I know you've already given the weather report several times now, and I know you'll do it again. What a beautiful day it is out there to be able to get out and go do that.
Absolutely. There's no, you know, oh, I didn't want to get out because it was just, the weather just looked so bad. Not today, huh?
If you're looking for a reason to get out and enjoy this, because I hear the latter part of the week, you might be inside a little bit, little bit more. But what a better way to come in and do this, and to come and be a part of the electoral process and get out and just see the great weather that we have out there today, to see Princeton and also down in Fredonia as well. be able to, the weather's great. No excuse not to be able to get out and vote. It's probably hitting around in the mid 60s or early 60s on it. Get out and enjoy the day and be able to have that. But voting is so very important. Go in and take part of that on. I think it's also, from what I've been reading, when you go to the polling place, to be sure that the process does have adequate securities, take some form of ID with your identification to be able to do that. It's quick and easy, and I know, Misty, the first time I got to vote, how exciting that was, and I know that will be the same thing for individuals right now as well, to be able to to do that, and just go out and be a part of the process. Your vote counts. Your vote has been bought and paid for by this country, with it, by men and women that have gone before you to make this the great democracy that we have. Go out and vote. I can't stress that enough. And that's one thing I've noticed also, Misty, I'm sure you have too, by hearing all the ads that you have here that you've run on the radio station, that people are being encouraged to go out and vote by the candidates. Of course, they'd like for them to be voting for he or she on it, but, the encouragement that the candidates have given. We've got a great slate of candidates here in Caldwell County, but I would expect nothing less from Caldwell County because I know the people and they're awesome. So
that's right, and everybody that I've met so far has been awesome too. So I can attest to that. I'm obviously, we talked about, I'm not a Princeton native, but everybody I've met here has been great so far.
Well, you might not be a Princeton native, but you're a Princetonian now. So since you've come here and you're working here on it, we consider you one of our own on it. And like you said, you might not be the native, but we've taken you in, and you've done a super job. This is your second week here?
This is, let's see, I started the 16th of October, so what, maybe the third week,
Third week here on it.
Going into I don't know.
Well, I've tuned in.
I've lost track of time.
I've tuned in and listened to you in the mornings, honey. You've done a great job, and just another good selection by Beth Mann to hire you to be able to
thank you so much.
Bring you here. And again, I do want to also give another shout out to Beth Mann and the whole team of Ham Communications on it, and for being able to purchase the radio station and to come in and be a part of this community on it. They know local hometown radio stations, and they're here to be able to move this station forward on it, and we appreciate that. And you're one of the reasons why she's doing that. So.
Absolutely, she is. I know she's very excited. I met Beth, of course. I had not met her before. I've been in radio for a while, but I had not met her before. And she is an amazing boss. I can tell you that much to start off. And she has done great things with WKDZ, and I know that she's going to do great things with WPKY, if I can get the letters out.
Exactly, and when you're talking about some great things with other radio stations that she owns, she's already told me about some of the things she's going to be doing here, election night coverage, which I'm excited about that because I've never seen some of this that we've had, but it's going to be great to be able to see what she has in store on it. I'm proud to be able to be, I think there's 4 of us that we're going to be here, I believe. From what she told me, I think Audrey and she are going to be at the courthouse, and I think she told me, I believe it's Bill Booth supposed to be here this evening. Bill and I are going to be here in the station, and quality individuals that are radio expertise that we have, and what great opportunities to be able to to have this election coverage, and I'm glad to be able to be a part of it, as I know you are, and also all of Caldwell County. We're proud of this radio station and proud of the individuals that work it. So tune in, listen tonight. I think we'll probably go on sometime shortly after the news, and stay till the last vote's counted.
Yep, I think that's what the plan is. So good. I don't think I can stay up late enough to do that since I have to be here so early in the morning. But definitely, if you are a Caldwell County voter, listen in, because you're going to find out before anybody else by listening to WPKY how your vote counted.
Exactly. And when you say you can't stay up late night, let's face it, you're probably up a good 3 hours before I turn over in bed. So with that, let's remember and thank you for doing that and being part of that audit. And let me tell you something else. When we had opportunity to talk beforehand, I also found out you're a horse person. So that being the case, we have already shared pictures of our horses here that we have on it. So you're one of us on it, Misty. So glad to have you here.
I'll tell you what, Richard. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back, and we'll talk some more about the election tonight.
Okay.
The holidays are coming, and the tools and the savings that come with them are already here at the Home Depot. If someone on your Christmas list would like some new tools From top brands like Milwaukee, Ryobi, DeWalt, Makita, Husky, or Rigid, make their wish come true and do it with savings that stretch your holiday shopping even further. This is how you gear up for Christmas. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
24/7, 365. You're up and at 'em every day, so you don't want something like Medicare Part D to slow you down. At Walgreens, we'll take care of your Medicare Part D prescriptions, saving you time and money. Make the switch to Walgreens today and get more by earning 100 balance reward points and save up to $5 on each Medicare Part D prescription when Walgreens is your preferred pharmacy. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Prescription savings applies to Tier 1 generics when you fill at a preferred versus a non-preferred pharmacy on select plans. Points can't be earned in New York, New Jersey, or Arkansas. Other restrictions and limitations apply.
Here's your weekday schedule at the Capitol Cinemas, Monday through Thursday. And, of course, all our movies Monday through Thursday start at 6:30, unless it's a holiday or a special occasion of some sort. Here's the lineup. In Cinema One, Walt Disney's, Christmas movie that they do one major one every season, and this year it's the Nutcracker, PG. The Nutcracker's going to show, of course, Monday through Thursday at 6:30 in Cinema One. With the exception of Wednesday night, it will move to Cinema 2 to make room for Indivisible, the faith-based movie, showing in Cinema 1 on Wednesday night. We expect a heavier than usual turnout on Wednesday night for Indivisible. Faith-based movie about an Army chaplain and his trials and tribulations serving in the Middle East and with a family back home. In Cinema 2 is Indivisible, PG-13, and it shows Monday through Thursday at 6:30. We'll move to Cinema 1 on Wednesday for that one evening. And in Cinema 3 for the last week, it's Halloween, rated R. It shows Monday through Thursday, 6:30, and then ends on Thursday. And coming Friday, Dr. Seuss, The Grinch. PG opens Friday. That's your lineup. More questions, call during movie hours, 365-0200, or use our 24-hour answering service number, 270-365-6900.
Hello, this is Dorsey Ridley. Quality education, good jobs, a strong economy, and improved infrastructure. I've stood in the halls of Frankfort fighting for these values. These are the values that will move Western Kentucky forward. I'm Dorsey Ridley, and I hope you will stand with me on November the 6th to ensure our region will continue to prosper and grow. I humbly ask for your vote to improve the quality of life in Kentucky. Paid for by Dorsey Ridley for State
I'm Jared
Senate.
Jackson, and I'm running to be your district judge. I was born in Caldwell County and have been a practicing attorney in Princeton for the last 11 years. I'm very proud to be the son of 2 retired public school educators. When elected, I pledge to always treat everyone fairly and to administer justice in an impartial and unbiased manner. I have proudly served my community as a former president of the Chamber of Commerce and former co-chairman of Relay for Life. I'm committed to continued service to the citizens of Western Kentucky. Again, I'm Jared Jackson, and I would appreciate your vote on November the 6th.
Paid for by the campaign fund of Jared H. Jackson for District Judge.
1580 103.3 WPKY. We are joined with Bridgie Miller this morning, and we're back. We've been talking about election stuff.
No, let's tell them the truth. During the break, we've been talking about horses on it.
Horses and dogs and cats and
horses
hitting the ground.
And dogs and cats. That's right and stuff. So, but yes, and we've been having a great time doing that. Like I said, we're both horse and dog owners on it, so we could just go straight into that and keep going. I believe.
That's right.
But with the topic that we've been looking at, the elections that we have today, again, we can't impress upon it enough what the value is for this election that we have on, especially here in the Kentucky House and also in the Kentucky Senate with it that we have, because all this will be leading up, of course, like we were saying, 2 years is the race for president. I think next year is the governor's race that we'll be having on it. So there's always a cycle that we're going through on it. And in looking at this, the changes that you come in, I know by being county attorney for 6 terms, we started out with, I can remember the typewriter, okay, and practicing law for 34 years. We have the typewriter. Then we go to the word processor, to the computer. Well, same situation that we're looking at now with it. Technology is coming that we're able to look at things, to be able to do more with less time on it. And all this benefiting, the individuals of of the Commonwealth, the nation, the state with, but we've got to be careful as to what we're doing, that we're putting the people in there that are trained to be able to have things on it, you know. And I've always said, you look at history to be able to say what we need to draw upon to be able to move our Commonwealth forward. And that's the thing that we look at. And I really believe here on local levels, the fiscal court, when we have primary thing you have to look at is the fiscal constraints, the budgets with it, you know, the pension situation that we have, the contributions that you make into it, both from the taxpayer and also for retirees on it, the payouts that you have on that. We have to look at ways to be able to take care of that. At the same time, to be able to come in and look at funding the various offices that we have, to be able to, the programs that we have on, you know, very important that we look at that. With the criminal situation, you know, in the court system that we have, as prosecutor, we've got to be able to give prosecutors the tools, Misty, to be able to combat crime, and also the judicial system as well. Also, the public defender's office, you know, also needs to be able to represent the individuals of the Commonwealth. So those are things that we just have to look at, and to be able to that we put the right people in that office, and those offices on it, male or female or male with it, to be sure that we have individuals that can be able to take us into the, you know, the next couple decades that we look at. Here also with the election that we're looking at, even though you've got some people that are running unopposed, and you know, and I know, having run opposed and unopposed myself, you much rather not have an opponent than have an opponent on it. But at the same time, even though you're running unopposed, it's showing that, okay, individuals like what you're doing, keep it going. Keep going what you're doing on that, but also be sure that you become abreast of new and challenging ways to be able to move forward on what we need to be looking at to keep up, to get ahead, to you know, keep moving us forward that we have. And these individuals that are running for the positions that we have here, some of them are first-time runners that we have. And, you know, Misty, I have to say, I don't know if I remember so many first-time individuals running for public office on it, and also younger people running for public office as well. If you look on the council, we've got several individuals that are younger in age that are wanting to be a part, to take leadership roles and position. You know, that is very encouraging to know that our younger people are wanting to be able to do this, but also looking at the individuals that we've had. When I first started, I was 37 years of age when I ran for public office. You look down the list right now and be able to see individuals that are way younger than that running for public office, and that's good on it. But also, when you look forward with it, we also have individuals that are retirees that are running now, wanting to give back and be a part of this. So that is good. And I'd like to talk a minute about the Board of Education. I mean, those individuals have awesome responsibilities and jobs that they have to do on it, you know, and looking at, we have three races on that. Tim Kennedy's the incumbent, he's coming back, but you have in two other races in the Harmony, Big Spring, and Eddy Creek, Kim Cook and Shane Fortner, they're newcomers to the political process on it. Also in White Sulphur and Dulaney, you've got Stacy Brantley, Sean Meston, and Catherine Lewis. That's from the White Sulphur and Dulaney areas on it, you know, wanting to be on the school board, you know, because our children are our future, and we need to be sure that we are giving them the adequate tools and the adequate, you know, leadership and guidance on what we need to do with them. And also looking with the fiscal court, like I was saying, 2 of the 4 positions are unopposed, Elbert Bennett and Brent Stallings. But when you look at the second magisterial district, open seat, Shirley Boyd Gray and Jeff Boone going at that to determine for a 4-year term. Also, same thing, open seat in the 4th magisterial district, Jeff Sims and George Kilgore. So it's going to be, you know, just it's very exciting, and I hope you can tell by the inflection in my voice, Aunt Misty, that I'm excited about who we're going to be having. I'm excited to see what we're going to be having in the next 4 years. On some of these terms, councilmen are 2, the mayor's positions are 4. Pretty much everybody on the ballot is for a 4-year term that we're looking at. A state representative is 2, but then you've got the county officers are 4-year terms. The district judges positions that we have are 4-year terms. So, and we got Judge Redd coming back for another term, going into his third, but then an open seat by the retirement of Jill Clark. Is going to be looking at Natalie White and Jared Jackson vying for that position. So, you know, we've got younger people coming in, younger people looking at positions, but also coupled with older individuals that are wanting to be part of the process too. I'm glad to see the mesh of everyone coming together. And with the elections that we've had here, it's just so great to be able to live in Princeton, Caldwell County, Fredonia, and to know your friends and neighbors. And we had talked before that are so down to earth and so gracious to want to be able to be a part and to lead. And like we talked about before, that, you know, have children, have family here, but also have their horses and their dogs to be able to be a part of this community on what we can do. And again, I'm just, you know, I'm excited about tonight. Beth and the rest of the team will be over here to be able to give the coverage that we have and the needed. And I know I've been excited just listening to Beth talk about what she's done at other places, what she's going to be doing here, and not only for the election, but upcoming as well. So bring it on, Beth. We're glad that you're going to be that you're over here, and you know, to move the radio station forward with it, and to be able to give the coverage we need to have, both on a lot of things. I've been noticing also some of the. I'm wondering, how are you able to be everywhere? I'm finding out some stories that are coming across. How do you know about this? How are you getting that post? A great team that you know, Ham Communications has on it, and you know, just and to be a part of this is just awesome. And I thank the good Lord that we're able to do this and to hear on it. And you know, like we talked about before, go vote.
Go vote. And did you have anything else you wanted to add before I'm just going to share a little personal, unless you have something else you need to say.
No, just thank you for allowing me to be with you today. Go vote and tune in tonight and listen to who your votes have gone for and who's going to be the individuals. There are no winners or losers. There are just some people that are going to be filling positions that will be having slots here. But I think everybody who puts their name on a ballot, I have the utmost respect for on it, and to be able to go out and do that. So go vote and tune in to 103.3 WPKY to listen to all election coverage.
That's right. Just a little fun snippet. And of course, I have no vote in this election in Caldwell County. But when I first started working here, or when I announced on Facebook that I was taking this job, my neighbor, who lives, you know, maybe 2 miles up the road from me, who has a dog that I absolutely adore. He follows me when I go run or when I ride my horses past their house. His name is Red. My neighbor sent me a message and she said, "You're working in Princeton?" She said, "I grew up in Princeton." "Oh, really? Okay." So then I get in working and I hear one of our candidates, Jared, I think Jackson. Right. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Turns out that's his sister, is my neighbor. And I'm like, yeah, you know,
Jennifer,
so I know. Jennifer, yes.
Dr. Gibson, yes.
Yeah, so I knew nothing about Princeton, and all of a sudden I know who these people are, and I just thought that was an interesting little fun thing to share.
Also in small towns, and this is what I love about, before it's all said and done, if we keep talking long enough, we might find out we're related to each other too.
So, that could very well be true.
You know, that one thing I've learned in by having an elected position or whatever, you know, always watch who you're talking about or whatever, because there's a lot of family out there, there's a lot of friends out there and stuff. So, and that's what makes it so great and so awesome with it, that we're able to, you know, to be a part of a local community, and that's why we care, and also the faith that we have with each other and also with God as well. So that, you know, again, go vote, be a part of that process. It doesn't come around all that often, so you know, make it count when you go do it. But the impact on it will last for a long period of time. Go vote and then tune in tonight, WPKY.
Okay, thank you, Bridgie, for joining us this morning. Appreciate all of that. 1580 103.3 WPKY. Tune in for live election coverage tonight.
Serving Caldwell County since